This is the diamond shape that I'm trying to quilt into a partial area. This particular quilt has full diamond shapes like this, and then if you look over here, here's a partial diamond shape. I'm using Quilt Path to do this. It actually has even smaller partial diamond shapes in it. We're going to use Quilt Path to do this, and the way I'm going to do it is to set my safe area so that the top of my safe area is going to be the top of my quilt, and the bottom is going to be the bottom left corner. Then I'm going to go ahead and make a template. So I laid some, this is the clear template paper that you would use to do an overhead projection, so it's transparency paper. And I just bought a box of it from Amazon. It wasn't real expensive, but all I do is put the paper on, and then I take a pen and mark the four corners. And it's going to be really hard to see, but there's a green dot in all four corners of where I need to set. And that's how I'm going to start out. On the full template, or on the full area like this one, I'm just going to set using the four corners of the block. When I get to this template, or this diamond, I actually have to set using the template. So I'm going to set, the bottom corner, the top corner, and then I'm actually going to be way out here setting the fourth corner. And it's going to stop the quilting because of where I've set the safe area. So here is one that I need to actually place, and I'm going to show you how I place it with the long arm. In this case, I'm setting slightly off the corners of my template, and it's just because I don't want to stitch over these lines. They're actually not, they're pressed open, so I don't want to stitch over them. So I'm going to set my first dot, and I'm actually setting it, just using a 4-point set. So I'm using the bottom left. I happen to know that this is the bottom corner of my diamond, and it's where all the starts and stops are going to be. So I'm going to actually come up and set this next one, and I'm setting it way off the top. And I want you to see what the screen looks like when I set it. It turns pink because I sure am off the top of the, out of my safe area. And then I'm going to come down and set the third corner. And once again, I'm going to set it, and this time I have a helpful little line that I know where the point is on this one just because of the way it was pieced. So I'm going to set there. Okay, and I'm going to come back up so you can see the screen. It's still bright pink, but it's starting to spread out. And then we're going to set this last corner, and I'm not going to use the template to set it because I know about where I need. And the other trick I want to show you is I actually sneak my needle down so I can get Quilt Path to put something exactly where I want to put it. So I'm going to sneak my needle down to the surface, and I'm going to set that the fourth corner, okay? And now this is how it looks on my screen, and I'm sorry if I just panned too fast, but this is how it looks on my screen. And you can see that it's pink. It's telling me it's out of the safe area, and that's fine. What it's going to do is put these little jump stitches in right here, and you can't optimize them out because it's the top of the safe area, but it will jump there. It's not going to try to go up and quilt way into my leaders. I mean, you saw how far into my leader I was setting that fourth point. It's not going to quilt that far. It's only going to quilt up to the edge of the quilt, and then it'll stop. So I just want you to see what it's going to actually do when it quilts down there. It's going to take a minute to get there. So it's going to quilt the design, and anywhere that it can quilt without doing a jump stitch, it's going to just take care of that. When it comes up to the top, it's going to tack off. I have it set to just forward through my jump stitches, so it's going to go to the next place, start up again, tack off, and quilt the design. I thought you might like to see how it looks when I finish. You can see that it quilted the design fine, and then when you come up, there's actually jump stitches across this row right here. And that's fine, unless my customer looks at this video, she's not gonna know that there's jump stitches there. I'll actually go back through, and these pull lines where it actually jumped, I'll snip those off on the front and back, and no one will ever know what I've done. Once the binding's on, you know, they can't tell what we did. So that's how I handle this.